got another intermission for this week. Essentially, I was finally about to start the RPG tutorial I found online when I realized that I'll need a character that actually moves around for said tutorial. And while the smart thing to do would be to use a pre-existing resource, especially since this is just for the case of learning, I decided to take the time to try the Sprite and Overworld Sprite myself. Kinda like how in Firebrand Dash I had to use my own character to keep me motivated to keep learning, I was worried I would run into a similar scenario with this RPG tutorial. So I had to insert a Sarah in some form into my RPG shenanigans. To me, it was the best way to ensure I stayed motivated. After all, the whole reason I'm learning how to make RPGs, despite them inevitably being more complex than anything else I've ever done, is so I could bring the world that she lives in into life. So that's the story of how I spent 2 hours making a Sprite, instead of actually sitting down and doing this tutorial. It's not a great Sprite, it's not even as original as it looks, and I'll just leave it at that. But for the sake of actually having something to do these RPG tutorials with, I think I'll manage. I can draw, but I'm not confident enough with my animation skills to not rely heavily on a reference, if we even want to call it that, to make actual sprite animations. But I think for the sake of learning I can get away with it. Obviously I just need to actually either do something more original or hire someone to do it, if I ever get to the publishing phase of my game design quote-unquote career.